So it's the not so secret that all of the best plans have in common. Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer, and I'll let you in on the secret up next on this week's Tips on Tuesday. So my intention was never to make this a series, but maybe we should lay out a series of how to make a plan and how to walk through and work through your plan as well. But here's the thing that I found out over the last week or so in working with some people and trying to help them scope out what's best for their goals, what's best for their plan, is that we're very, very focused on the details of step 3 and step 7 and step 14 in our long-term plans. But all of those steps, all of that detail often gets in our way of what should be step 1. And that is go. That's start. And that's the secret step, guys, in any of the best plans. It's just go. Start, work, get going. And see, here's the problem. A lot of our thinking, and I'm guilty of it as well. I'm very analytical in a lot of cases and want to think things through and have all of the answers for the possible things that could come up. But unfortunately, what winds up happening if you let that take you over is you find every reason not to get started. And the common phrase or the common rebuttal, guys, is, well, I'll do it when I know how, when I learn how to do it. But you've got to be careful, because unless you do away with the requirement of having to know how, you're probably not going to get started at all. Think about things that you've learned or things you've tried new over the course of your life that you didn't know how to do. I would imagine a lot of it was when we were kids. We saw other people doing things like walking, like riding bikes. We saw other people doing things like writing. And we just assumed that was what we had to learn how to do, and we just figured it out. And in today's world, if I were to ask you, listen, how do you sit down in a chair? You'd probably just tell me, I just do it. I don't understand what you mean, Ed. I just sit down. But there was a point in your life where you actually had to think it through in order to get it right. And see, that's the problem now, is as adults, typically what we do is think it through ahead of time, and in some cases don't even try to work through the steps. So the key here is your plan won't work unless you start. Unless you start. And even if your plan is the right plan, if you just sit there thinking about it, you'll never get where you want to go. And guys, it doesn't matter what your plan is. And that's the thing. A lot of us, we think, is it the right plan? Is it the right goal? Is it the right track for me? It won't ever be unless you try. And if you try and it doesn't go exactly the way that you wanted it to go, guess what? At least you've got a little momentum built, and you can steer a little to the right or the left and get yourself closer to the goals you're seeking, right? But you know the problem with a parked car? You can't change the direction while it's parked. You've got to at least lurch forward a little bit. And so that's what I'd like for us to do this week. Let's think about what we want to accomplish, and let's make a step or two. Let's lurch forward just a little bit, and I'm right alongside with you. And if there's anything that you need from me, if you want to stay in touch and make sure that you're on our list to get our newsletters and our events coming up, make sure you click the link in the video below as well. Guys, I really appreciate your time this week. I really, really hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.